Hi, I'm Emily Richardson.
And hi, I'm Marshall Lorenzo. And welcome back. What are you doing?
Welcome back to Trash Box.
What is this? She has a smile the size of a Cheshire cat. What the fuck what is happening to you?
I don't know. I drink too much coffee.
She has pissed no more than 7 times.
It's true. I have a small bladder.
She's tiny little baby girl with small bladder.
I'm just so thin, Marshall. I'm what am I, 95 pounds?
We're both too thin. Is our volume like loud enough because of how thin we are?
It's hard being this thin.
Meanwhile, I am...
Just viewers, FYI, we're not thin.
Photoshop warp your imaginations sideways. Meanwhile, my hair today.
It's slicked back. It's nice.
Slicked back, looking like Jamie Lee Curtis in True Lies. It just dawned on me. I was just earlier shitting on my length, being like, what is this length? Just behind my neck. Pushed it back with my hands, as if I had dipped it deep into plant water, ready to do a striptease. For Schwarzenegger.
For your husband, but you don't know it's your husband.
My husband.
Oh my god.
Oh, that is my favorite fucking movie.
I watched it on a plane twice, I think.
Doesn't it end in a plane?
Helicopter.
Chase?
Helicopter.
And then a jet.
Maybe.
With Eliza Dushku.
Eliza Dushku, who was sexually assaulted on set.
What? I didn't know
Or
this.
Maybe, yeah.
Oh, from on True Lies?
Yeah, from the stunt coordinator.
Yes, I do remember that.
Horrible. Actually. Horrible. Terrible. Okay. Well, all right, Jamie Lee.
Oh, thank you. We should probably address the elephant in the news.
Mm-hmm. Not the one that Cher helped release.
Did she?
In the Middle East? Yeah, Cher moved an abused elephant to a new home. But that's neither here nor there. You can look that up on your own time. Go on.
I don't want to get into that. I fucking love elephants. I really. It would get real embarrassing.
It's really sad. You shouldn't. I mean, it's a good thing, but he's just it's a sad story.
What do you mean? You were about to say it's just but he's. When you say he, are you talking about the elephant?
The elephant, yeah.
Okay.
Were we okay?
No, it's just. It seems like you have a relationship with the elephant.
Oh, I really like him. There's video of him being like thrusting his head back and forth because he's so bored. He has psychological problems.
Can you do that thrust again?
Thrusting his head back and forth.
Okay, so the elephant in the news is a phrase that we use.
Nope.
Is the avalanche of gossip that hit on December 2nd regarding Housewives.
Britney Spears' birthday.
Britney Spears' birthday. Regarding Erika Jane, Bronwyn, some people who got COVID. And
Kelly Dodd,
but whatever.
Fuck her.
Now, we had a lot to talk about this, both on our Insta, Trashbox Housewives, and on our Gossip Time special episode. So if you want to listen to that, then you can click into that episode, which we're releasing at the same time as this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we decided it had to be 2 episodes. It just had to be.
It went long.
I think it's going to be a half an hour.
Yeah. So if you're into that, please click on that episode.
But if you're just
also,
what?
If you're just wanting the salty, breezy, lakey city and the Potomac, then you're in for a treat.
You're in for a treat. And then next week, we're adding Atlanta to the mix because Atlanta, season 13, I'm pretty sure, premieres on Sunday.
Sideswiped by that. I had no idea it was that quick. I feel like we just watched Atlanta. I guess not. Well, no, because the Zoom reunion.
The Zoom union. Yeah, it's strange. That's actually weird.
That is fast.
That's fast. And also, we also need to talk about, before anything, the Dallas trailer, because Dallas is coming.
Do we? Do we have to talk about
it? We do, a little. We'll give it a minute.
Okay. Let's fucking get it out of the way.
Yeah, I mean, there's a trailer for Dallas.
and that's it. Okay, so Potomac. Like, my pessimism, I guess, is just Dallas really ended on a sour note with LeeAnne Locken being fired for being particularly racist for being outright racist to a fellow castmate.
Yeah, and also, in addition to that, I mean, that whole thing was just unpleasant, and I'm glad she's gone. Mm-hmm. She also, other than the racism, not to say that the racism wasn't terrible, like she was very anti-Mexican to Carrie, but she also was just bringing everything down the last couple seasons. always with the drama and the trauma, and they'd be out for drinks and she'd be like, well, I was abused as a child. And it's like, girl.
And honestly, when you are casting these shows, it cannot be a one-woman show. Like, you can have your
No.
strong players, but it's a team sport, ladies.
Mm-hmm.
So the Dallas trailer, we have a new housewife.
Tiffany Moon.
Oh, you have that at the ready. I mean, it's a great name, so.
It's the sexiest name anyone's ever come up with.
Oh, it's a little strippery, isn't it?
It's definitely strippery, which is why it's sexy. Strippers are sexy because they take their clothes off. Didn't you know?
And she seems like she brings a fun energy in this trailer.
Oh, she's dominating this trailer.
Yeah, and it's a different energy to the other ladies. Because I will say my one criticism with Dallas is it does feel a little old-fashioned. It does feel a little old society, a little southern charm.
Well, that's why I'm happy LeeAnne's going.
Yeah.
She brought that for sure.
Exactly. Also, sorry, if you can hear any crazy noises, I have an insane neighbor who literally runs up and down from his apartment into his Jeep, his black Jeep Cherokee.
Sounds hot.
He's not. He's really fucking not.
Don't you have a hot neighbor, though? Aren't you always saying that there's a hot guy who lives in your building?
There's a nice guy.
Oh.
Which I equate to attractiveness. He says hello and he's lovely.
That's a good thing. Yeah. New energy for sure.
Yeah, so anyway, this new cast member brings a much needed injection of energy. I don't love some of our returning players. I have very little time for Cameron.
But she's very entertaining, but she's moronic.
Can we talk about so here's my only in with Cameron. I forget which season it was, and maybe I've talked about this before. It was post Sparkle Dog, and there was kind of like a almost B-roll where they were covering them all at a party, and they're going between conversations, and in the background of one of these conversations, you can see Cameron talking to some stranger, and it's along the lines of and we're talking about Cameron, right? This is the conversation. Anyway, so I guess if we're talking about replenishing stocks, that's going to have to be fourth quarter, maybe, at the most. And then one of the other ladies starts to swing and pull focus towards that conversation. And you see her be like, oh my God, hi.
So you think she's an undercover intellectual?
Maybe.
Well, I will say, at the end of the season, I was very impressed by her calling LeeAnne out for her racism, and none of the other women did.
Yeah. Oh, I love an arc. I love someone I really, really don't like.
I love an arc.
An arc.
I love an arc.
I love Knox.
I love Knox. Well, speaking of an arc, I mean, Brandy, speaking of racism and arcs, Brandy got, actually, I think went to rehab because it came out, that video of her, that racist video of her pulling her eyes back and mocking Asian people came out. Are you joking?
What? No, I did not know.
Marshall. Sometimes I wonder if you follow the news.
I know, but I tend to glaze over when it comes to Dallas. Also, we are really getting into this, but okay, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me.
Around when the reunion happened last year, a video came out from a couple years ago of her screwing around in the car.
I never saw this.
With her kids making faces, and she does a offensive, supposed to be Asian accent, a la, I was going to say Mickey Rourke.
Mickey Rourke.
Mickey Rooney in Breakfast at Tiffany's.
Yeah, a la 80 years ago.
Yeah.
Jesus.
And I think she went to a facility, and and then in this trailer, didn't you wonder why she was like, I was near suicide? And she's talking to Tiffany Moon, who is Asian.
Oh, I was wondering what the old throwing the suicide around was.
Yeah.
So that's 3 suicidal Dallas women and counting.
Oh my God. Yeah, I guess because
LeeAnne and Stephanie,
whom I love.
Yeah, I love Stephanie.
Even though Stephanie, apparently they're Republican. I mean, are we surprised it's Dallas? But
but see, now we live in a world where it's like we hope that they're Republican, but
not Trumpers.
Republican from 20 years ago.
Yeah. God, I hope she's a Reagan Republican and not a fucking Trump.
Yeah.
Same with Whitney.
Okay.
SLC. Okay, but moving on. I'm excited. I actually, it looks promising. It looks a hell of a lot more promising than last season.
Will I watch it? We'll see.
We're going to watch it. We're going to cover it. Why are you acting like we're not going to?
I know. This is the third time you're like, we're watching it, you fucking idiot. Okay.
Okay, so let's start with Potomac for once. We're always starting with Salt Lake, but let's start with Potomac.
Yeah, because also, like, it gets me going.
I love Potomac so
Yeah.
much. And next week is the season finale.
Which makes a lot of sense. And I do like the trajectory that the season has gone. It's been very different, I think, from other franchises. And it feels like they really were swerving around and playing up with, and maybe it had to do with COVID, but it didn't have your typical, here's the setup for where we were last season. Here's a little bit of preliminary drama. Here's a quick group trip. Here's the main drama. Then here's another international group trip. And then here's a big event where all the drama goes down. It followed that basic structure, but it had a little few swerves in between. I liked it.
I mean, the whole Monique thing really threw things for a loop. I'll say that.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. So leading up to the final episode, there's not a lot going on here, but there is a couple stray.
What are you talking about? There's not a lot going on here, Marshall.
Just in terms of, like, outside of the main storyline, the Monique storyline, right?
Yeah, but Karen threw in that random wand thing at the end.
Yes. Oh, we'll get to that.
We'll get to that.
So the episode starts on Karen trying to woo Ray, which yeah, I know. We don't. I thought. Yeah. Sorry. Go.
Ray old.
Okay, great. I knew it was that. So, but I really thought that the trajectory of this Karen Ray arc was that they were growing apart, and that potentially, though they may not divorce, they would live separate lives. So to open on the scene with, like, Karen in the fucking bathtub, which I will say again, I feel like I watched this from a different room. I was in another room and hearing Ray 50,000 different Rays.
Raymond! As he, like, very slowly creeps up the stairs like a ghost who's been there for 1,000 years.
Yes, it's classic reality TV comedy, but it also verges into real comedy.
Do you like the name Ray? Because I'm thinking that's one of my future baby names, Ray.
I don't like the name Ray. I have an uncle named Ray, and the last time I saw him, he woke me up when I was severely hungover at 10 a.m. Unprovoked.
He's dead to me.
Dead to me.
10 a.m., Marshall. Let's move that time to about 3 p.m., and I think that's actually what happened.
If it's 10 a.m., I was very upset.
God's hour. Yeah, so we start with one of these clunky wooing scenes, which you've seen before with Simon and Alex from New York and Ramona and Mario from New York.
Aren't they so strange?
They're weird and forced, because they're not actually fucking in the tub after that. They're like, do we get the shot? Great, let's go to bed.
Yeah. If you're looking for, like, the ultimate in cringe, the Mario Ramona seduction in the middle of a breakdown of a marriage, chef's kiss.
Slut for drama, chef's kiss.
Do you know what I have as my premier note in notes for this episode? All right.
What?
Wendy's kids have a shit-eating grin on them at all times. These kids. It's as if, like, before the cameras are rolling, they have been wound up tight and then released because they are mischief ready.
Mischief
every
managed.
Time.
I will say, as an attention-loving child, whenever there was a camera on me, I was something like, look at me, look at me, look at me.
I just love it. I mean, in general, I love kids on these shows because it's a kid who's like, fuck this shit. Hey, mom, you're trying to be cool. You stink, loser. And jumping and bouncing around, being like, hey. I love it. I want more of it.
And I really like Wendy's family. I mean, her mother's a piece of work, that's for sure.
Yeah. That was a scene that was resolved a little too quickly.
Well, Wendy was on the verge of tears for a moment, and that's a lot of triggers for her. Yeah. And I think halfway through the scene, Mom Wendy, I forget her name, Mom Wendy, realized, oh, I'm not coming off so good here, and was like, but I'm proud of you, I guess.
Don't you wish you could have cameras on you in all of these moments in your life? In confrontations with your parents?
Oh my god, yeah.
That's all we really need from this fucking generation.
Because then baby boomers would be like, Oh, how am I coming off here?
Because I care what other people think all the time.
I know.
I would fucking love that. Maybe I should just like buy cameras and put them in my house.
Yeah, maybe.
In my parents' house.
You already have the cameras I put in there, just to watch you bathe and be naked.
That's how you've been able to come lately. Okay. So
I also want to say Karen's wig line. So the whole of this episode is ramping up to this wig I guess. This was beautiful. This was beautiful in the shabbiness of it all. But this wig drop, I guess, launch party. And there was
strike while the iron's hot, she said.
Oh my God. And then there's this montage at the start with all her different wigs. Oh, and then
Can we see a montage of the wigs from like 5 seasons ago?
Oh, that's what they did.
Yeah.
They had they had her montage of like her like shifting the wig, and it was very funny. And that's why I love the Potomac editors. Listen, all the Bravo editors are golden, but Potomac is something special.
Mm-hmm. I mean, nothing will be better than Atlanta and Nene saying like, "I never said that," and then a flashback saying 2 minutes ago. But
I also want to put out 2 more editing notes in this episode. I mean, I'm kind of jumping the gun here, but the editing when and we'll get to this next, but Ashley and her family confront Michael and Michael Darby about his cheating, and right before the commercial break, they're like, "Well, you better be good," and it cuts over to Michael, and it turns into a horror movie for like 3 seconds, and like the colors invert, and it's like da da da, and Michael's just sitting there. Oh, Marsh, you got to go back and watch it. And then the next editing moment, which is also amazing, was sorry, I'm gonna laugh at the start of the establishment shot of the exterior of where Karen's wig party was, the strip mall.
Oh, yes.
They used the sound effect of sirens to suggest that it was a rough neighborhood.
Shady. I think the ladies are right to criticize this. I really do, because when you think of wigs, I do not necessarily think of Karen Hugo, especially with her history with wigs.
Well, I mean, the lovely montage that helped us understand pre-Steven, she was a mess, but when with Steven.
Oh, Steven.
You have some things to say about Steven. We gotta talk about it. That's the other element.
Okay. So immediately after the episode, I had to go and Google who this Steven is. Now, for context, for this wig reveal party, Giselle refuses to go because she has had a feud with Karen's wig stylist over Twitter, which I think is like a big statement to make, to be like, I refuse to attend, but whatever, it's Karen, so of course she's
being said, it is a party to honor Steven's work.
Job, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, fair. So I went to Twitter to see like, what shady thing did this little homo say to Giselle and Robin? Cut to 10 minutes later of me going through hundreds and hundreds of tweets of this man's 600 follower count. No shade to 600 followers, but like,
I don't even have 600 followers. Good for him.
Don't understand why Giselle's quaking. So and it is hundreds of just, that's right, side eye. I see you. Who gonna check me? Like, just with gifs. So
he just hates her.
Yeah, but there is nothing that egregious.
Yeah, but they in the montage, or not in the montage, but they flash to a few like screenshots. I love when the editors do that, where they like lay them out on top of each other, show the tweets, and they were pretty bitchy.
Yeah,
like and Giselle against Giselle.
I know, but also like, who is he? So
he's the wig specialist, Marshall.
No, I know. Oh my God.
Sometimes I wonder if you even pay attention to these shows. Half the time you're like, I was in the other room making a sandwich with Vegemite.
Vegemite and crisps, actually. Nutritious. So what I will say that I do love, which I think Giselle is doing, is really maintaining this relationship between Karen and Giselle as frenemies.
Mm-hmm.
It's a perfect balance. She's really got this balance down pat. Right?
Yeah. They need to be able to be close enough to go to lunch and talk and talk about their issues.
And be genuinely civil, yeah. And I think they have a love for each other in terms of like, they both think each other is good for the show or whatever.
Yes, but I think there also is, to talk about Dallas, that weird LeeAnne, Deandra fight where they're like, I'm the queen. Even though in reality, LeeAnne nor Deandra was ever the queen. It was always Stephanie Hallman.
I would argue that those two had greater history, LeeAnne and Deandra. Whereas I think Karen and Giselle maybe came into Potomac somewhat equally, or at least with Karen thinking that she's grown down. Which she is, sure.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
But I really do respect this light play. Just keep some light play bouncing between them.
They're masters of their craft.
Yes.
Before we get into the wig party and all that went down and all the Monique and Candace stuff, we gotta talk about the bizarre photo shoot that Giselle did with her family and how much her children hate their father.
Oh, it is so painful to watch. It's so painful to watch.
He's a bad guy. He's a bad guy.
I especially, like...
What is she doing?
You know, I have my own stuff with parents and divorce and all that. A lot of us do. And when the children are involved, you know, they're so much more attuned to what's going on. And I think as parents, you really do think that you're the master of disguise and you've really got it figured out. You're playing both sides. You are a professional magician. And in fact, your children are sponges and see everything that's happening. So it's so tragic.
Well, that's what Big Little Lies taught me. You know? Sarsgaard was beating up Nicole Kidman and those kids. No.
And they were, oh yeah. Sorry, also a massive spoiler for that show, but whatever.
It's the first episode.
No, but that the kids, no. Well, that the violence is related. Okay, anyway.
By the way, did you watch The Undoing? I haven't watched it, but I really want to.
Undoing. Who is it?
The new Nicole Kidman one.
Let's speak on it. Oh, no, I have not. Who's the guy in it?
Hugh Grant.
Oh, boy, have I just gotten into a whole Hugh Grant kick. Like, watching interviews of him. He is Britain's Han Solo. He is Britain's Harrison Ford.
Grumpy old asshole? Yeah.
He's a grumpy fucking asshole and always has been. Like, you Google it, all right? There's a bunch of interviews with him and people, celebrities that he's starred in movies with from like 20 years ago, and they're like, he was like this 20 years ago. He's a fucking asshole. I love it.
Yeah, but back to that photo shoot. The kids are not into their parents rekindling the relationship. We know that Jamal is a smooth talker who is...
He's a bad guy.
When the producers asked Giselle, who was underplaying her her feelings about him ditching the photo shoot, they're like, well, are you upset?
God, I love her.
And I know, I love her too. And she's like, well, what do you want me to do? Cry on the floor in the fetal position? I'm upset.
Yeah.
Like,
oh.
But she's still repressing.
What a real take. That was a real take right there.
I really appreciated that from Giselle. I go back and forth with Giselle. Last week.
Really? There's a back?
There's a back.
Only four.
Did you not clock my rage last week when I was like, Wendy, Giselle, fucking Robin, Team Monique, even though she's a very violent, disturbed woman. And then this week I'm like, love him.
Yeah. I mean, that's a sign of a great show. But did you notice the kids? So the kids have always been anti this relationship. Mm-hmm. There did seem a little softness towards the fact that he wasn't there.
I'm sure they love their dad. I just don't think they like the dad and the mom together.
And I think they picked up a little bit on her energy as well. And we're like, oh, well, she's she's bummed out. I don't know.
Let's not do it today.
Yeah. I thought it was sweet.
I love the daughters. They're always rolling their eyes. Man, if I was on a reality show about my mother when I was 15, I would have been a massive...
So, the party.
Don't be tardy for the party. So, Karen
very apt, by the way.
Oh, literally, do not be tardy, Monique, or you will run into Candace, which apparently Karen tried to orchestrate.
Set up.
Which I love.
Now, do you think she was fine with the setup getting out? Or do you think she genuinely tried to hide the setup?
Karen's a funny one because when you try to call her on her shit, it's deny. Even when Ashley... Oh, we didn't really talk about the Ashley Michael dinner. What are you going to say? He's a piece of shit.
Yeah, it was just like a standard conversation that would happen when someone cheats and they have to deal with the repercussions of the family. Yeah.
What is her uncle's name, though? Ashley Darby's uncle. I'm Googling it. I'm Googling it right now.
Also, watching her make that fish, I was so anxious the whole time.
It looks gross.
It looked like, and she said on camera, "This is the first time I've ever done this." And I was watching going, yeah, I can see that. And you can see what it tastes like as she's preparing it. Like, it's like, oh, right, a little bit of salt. Oh, right, a little bit of pepper.
It looked okay if you took the head away, and the Brussels sprouts look delicious. But I do want to say, the uncle's name is Uncle Lump, and I never want to forget that.
Did you say lump?
Lump. Uncle Lump. But back to the party. So basically the question is, did Karen know she was going to get called out? Because when Monique and Ashley went out for lunch and they were like, were you invited? Oh, Karen said she didn't invite you. And they called her. Karen was like, nice try,
Immediately
Ashley.
defensive.
And just denied.
So I don't know whether this was intentional or not. All right. It's like, I don't know how you can be in season 5, how you could be such an amateur in setting up drama. Like, where is the Lisa Vanderpump degree of witchery here? Okay.
Yeah.
So I don't really know who to believe. Did I love it? Absolutely. Absolutely.
I loved it. And also, how beautiful did Monique come in? Like, look, when she walked in early. How gorgeous was she?
You have a hard on for Monique.
I think she's beautiful. I think she's troubled. I love the way she speaks. I am as the children say, a Monique Stanley.
And I am a Monique Tucci. She is very compelling. She's very compelling television.
Mm-hmm. And I'm afraid she's going to be fired.
Yeah, I think that's likely, but there's more Housewives for us all. Waiting in the wings.
So she looks beautiful, and Karen's like clearly like uncomfortable with her, kind of being like, "Oh, can I get another glass of champagne?"
I know. I was trying to figure out that energy.
Is that bullshit?
Like, okay, so she's rushing her out the door, but then the plot twist is that she wanted Candace to arrive at the same time. So which is it? That is a little unclear. Potentially, they may have been portraying it in that she was actually anxious because she wanted Candace to get there in time. Am I wrong?
Mm-hmm. Maybe.
Yeah, I don't know.
I do love the editor trickery though, of her
the car
leaving
pulling
the
up,
door and the car pulling up, and then you see the door open. It's like, and it's just like a white lady who's like, "Hey."
Yeah. Uber Eats, anybody? That was the big reveal. Is Candace arrives and someone lets out that Monique had been at the party, and that Candace was actually supposed to be invited earlier as some sort of attempt to have them run into each other.
Right. And this all starts, I mean, they're all putting their wigs on, and they're all, Robin, I love her, is mocking the party for being in the back of a strip mall.
I know, which is something that Karen's wig stylist went off on Twitter about, like, how dare you criticize this, yada, 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 and, like, who the fuck do you think you are? Yeah, who do you think you are, Robin? Like, with your tax issues, da, 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 you know. all standard fare.
Karen needs better management, because, you know what? She's famous.
Her crew is jank.
That when she was leaving the party, we got a beautiful shot of what's her white assistant's name? Matt, who was there.
His name is at the ready. Yep. He was there for the Karen Huger press conference.
You're a fan of Matt. Was on your cover photo.
I think it still is. Oh no, it's not. It's
Facebook?
not. My cover photo was Karen having an intense discussion with Matt.
He's just happy to be there. I mean, as we all would be.
He's happy to be there.
But she needs better management because she is a celebrity. Like, why is she having a wig launch at the back of a strip club?
Because it's only season 5 and she's still...
A strip club, a strip mall. That would be a great party.
Here is my compliment. Those wigs are not stripper wigs. Those were actually some very beautiful wigs. Everyone looked amazing.
Steven does fine work.
Stephen Thompson? Let's give him a shout out here. I have his Twitter.
Is his name
here.
Thompson?
Stephen Thomas.
That's 2 first names.
At the Hair Doc Steve.
Marshall, you have either 2 first names or 2 last names. It's up to you, eh?
I have literally 2 first names, Marshall Lorenzo.
I know a lot of last name Marshalls, though. I know tons.
Never met one.
So basically,
here's where shit goes sideways.
Yeah. It starts with Ashley, who has heard from Monique that Karen had a few drinks, at Monique's kids' party.
Which I hate this kind of drama. I really do.
Ashley, being the shitster she is, not learning any lessons about her own stuff coming out in the press or anything, she talks to the other ladies and she goes, apparently Karen was straight lit. And it was like, Monique never said that. She said she had a few glasses of champagne. And then Ashley gives her the like Gaviscon or whatever the hell it was for her stomach. I don't know what it was. And it's a joke, but then she confronts her and says, the ulcer was fake. And then all the ladies congregate.
Mm-hmm. As they want to do.
And it begins.
And it begins. But seeing how defensive Karen got immediately says everything, I think.
Yeah, she did it. I think
did
she
it.
did the can. Yeah, she did. And then out of nowhere, I mean, Robin is not even going that hard. So she says something like, well, what about this, Karen? And she goes, but you should be concerned what Juan says when he's drunk.
Yeah, that's right. Robin's like, now were you not drinking because you were worried what you say when you're drunk? As a flashback to the earlier episode in the basement. And to see Karen go so hard sideways on Robin like this is like, Robin's not the one. She's not the target. She's not the one you need to take out.
Yeah. She was on attack. She was in attack mode.
Oh.
And it just got messy.
Well, she's shorter, for one, and she's literally cornered in the circle of these women in these ridiculous blonde wigs.
Yeah.
So all she had to do is to fucking fight her way out.
And what did happen with Juan? Like, did something happen? Did he cheat when he was drunk?
Well,
I don't know.
Robin's reaction was kind of perfect. It was just a straight up eye roll and like an okay, Karen, which is...
Yeah, but then next week we got this crazy Juan drama out of nowhere. And is he not going to propose? Like, who knows?
I think he'll propose. Yeah, maybe, who knows? I don't know. I just think he's come a long way. We love Juan.
Basically, then, we got to wrap this up because we got to get to Salt Lake, baby. We got to.
Mm-hmm,
it's the saltiest lake out there. Then she leaves her own party, and it's fucking beautiful.
It's classic Karen style. With Ray, and Ray's grinning, by the way. You can see him grinning in the car as he's leaving.
When Karen says, well, you should be concerned what Juan says when he's drunk, immediately Ray, who is there, goes, oh, he goes, okay, I'm out of here. And just kind of slinks away. Like, he's scared. He's like, I'll let Karen do her business.
Well, because he came in with such a grin on his face, happy to be there, happy to, like, switch it up, be on camera, and immediately, like, ooh.
Giving me shades of fast-forwarding to Salt Lake. Jen Shaw's husband picking her up and being like, here she goes again.
Perfect segue into Salt Lake City.
Yeah, let's just get into it. So we leave on a cliffhanger. The next episode looks great. It's the season finale. I, for one, cannot wait. God bless this season of Potomac. This is perfect
This will
television.
go down in the history books as, a penultimate season of all of the franchises, I think.
What? Penultimate?
Yeah, it's like the biggest pen.
I have so many questions about your use of that word.
I just got a message.
Let's move on.
Got
a message.
Yeah.
Okay. Great. Oh, fuck.
You won't believe this.
What'd you clipped my foot on my bed. I have a very old iron bed, and
oh my god.
Bleeding.
What?
Whatever. It's fine. Moving on.
that was a quick turnaround.
Yeah, I just cut my foot. Okay, but I'm over it. Because there's more important things at hand. Mm-hmm. Salt Lake City.
Salty Lake City. Do you want to know what the first thing I have written down for this is?
What?
It's lollipop chicken drumsticks.
Oh, I also had questions about that. What is a lollipop chicken? I mean, it's self-explanatory, but I've never heard of this.
Heather Gay is she's slowly climbing. She was already, up in the polls and is slowly climbing in the popularity contest.
She's the Greek chorus, I feel.
Yeah, and we love it. And also in any of these shows, we love a housewife on the sidelines making fun little banter about food.
I love the food. I love the food.
So speaking of Heather Gay, when she's getting her Uber, I'm a flapper with the cankles. Flapper.
It wasn't the Uber. She was calling Jen's husband to come get his woman because she is making a scene.
Oh, I was going to say, what a flippant remark to an Uber driver, but okay.
So we start this with like, it's the cliffhanger from last week. Jenn walked into that party a few drinks in with a raging hard-on. I don't know why I use that phrase. I hate that phrase.
It's because I used it before. I'm so sorry.
Oh, did you? Okay. For Meredith/Mary.
Yeah. And still in the ongoing You Smell Like Hospital saga.
Yeah, and which I thought we cleared up, but I guess not. And she's still going in on it on her Twitter. Mm-hmm. Like Jenn is like clarifying things on her Twitter. She's like, I didn't even go to the hospital that day. Mary just said it to be mean.
You know what? Fine, keep going. Let's do this. Yeah.
Keep it on. Yeah.
So she comes in. She's all hyped up. She has some few drinks in. Now, this is something that I found interesting about it. The week before, or whenever it was, when Jenn came over to Meredith's house. And she flashed her vagina at Brooks, which is a little misogyny coming from Brooks a little bit.
Mm-hmm. And who knows, maybe a little homophobia coming from Jenn. Who knows?
Yeah. So Meredith has this little beef thing that she needs to deal with Jenn, and Jenn has this beef about Meredith going to Mary's. Now, here's what I think is happening here, and this happens a lot in real life. Someone has a big issue about something, I'd say, namely Jenn, trying to keep this feud going. Meredith has a slightly smaller beef. Jenn is trying to get an apology out of Meredith, but
it's not going to work.
She's got something that she needs out of this conversation. So it's always an impasse. Very common situation.
Yeah, and Meredith is not in rage mode. Jenn is in pure rage mode. I don't think any of that was put on. She has some anger issues. Mm-hmm. She was in rage mode, and that's okay. People have anger issues, and that's great. Good for her. Keep it up, Jenn. You're on TV.
Yeah. Not jumping ahead, but jumping ahead a little bit. But she tries to explain it with her childhood.
Her father.
It's very Ramona walking through the forest in the woods shrieking.
Yeah. I mean, obviously she has a very lonely life with Coke Shaw not being there and her father. She'd lost her father. So she's going through some issues. Let's give her that.
Yes, yeah.
But she is in attack mode. And if my friend did that to me at a party, I would probably do, well, it depends on how many drinks I had, but I would probably ideally pull a classy Meredith move.
You could see my
and be like,
face.
I'm disengaging.
Okay.
What, you don't think I would? Marshall, I might.
Yeah, I don't know.
Have you ever seen me get in an actual fight with somebody?
No, but I have heard you talk shit about someone very loudly in a space.
That's different. I didn't know they were there.
Despite being on the other side of a wall. So, yeah, she blows up and she again says like, well, at least I didn't fuck my granddad in reference to Mary, who's like feet away. It was hurtful.
It was hurtful. Here's the thing. She does fuck
her granddad.
But you don't say it. And I love how Mary has somehow twisted this after the fact to grandfather motherfucker. And it's like, no, it wasn't a motherfucker. It was literally grandfather fucker.
The problem is that there's no motherfucking.
Yeah.
It's the problem. Yeah. That's why you have a bad relationship with your mother.
Yeah, the mom wanted to fuck him. So I loved this. Meredith does the classy thing and it's like, I'm disengaging.
Love Meredith.
I love her. I really like her. And then Whitney, who's like, oh, I need more of a storyline this season, is like, as the host of the party, I'll go over there and talk down Jenn. And then in a confessional,
which gets shut down immediately.
Well, it kind of works. She holds her, and then in a confessional, she's like, I did it out of fear. She's good TV. That Whitney. I really hope the Trump thing's not true, because she's one of my favorites.
Oh, she loves them blonde and thin. Aye. So,
hey, I love Karen Huger.
Yeah, and all of Stephen Thomas's wigs. So, what I did like, that was kind of refreshing, is immediately after the party, they do a rapid fire round of hot takes on the night before. So, usually, what they'd do is they would get 2 housewives and then 2 housewives, pair them up, separate locations, and have them both discuss the evening that happened before. It's like confessional of a quick one-liner about the drama.
Yeah.
Fucking loved it. We don't have time. Thank you, Bravo.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It was very well done. I think, honestly, that this first season of Salt Lake, not since the first season of Beverly Hills have I seen such an immediately iconic television program. Everybody is where they should be. I don't think there's a dud in the bunch. Even Lisa, who I wasn't a fan of, now I'm turning around on, which I'm just...
Lisa's bringing some dark energy for sure. Yeah.
I also Heather with the food, and she's joking about her cankles, and she's like, don't clear the burger. And I just love them all, I think.
I know, and I'm seeing Heather like across social media as well with little sprinklings of things that I love. She was very pro Bronwyn in her coming out.
Good.
Here's one thing I'd like to talk about.
Okay, let's do it.
Fucking confessional look of Meredith with the blue shoulder pads and the wig. Great.
She says she likes clean lines. Remember? She said when they were shopping for it, she's like, I like clean lines.
And these are some sharp lines. These are some cutting lines.
These are some right goddamn angles.
But this is the first time that I glanced away, glanced back, and I saw a shitty sketch comedian in a shitty basement sketch closet wearing fucking wig and costume. She looked like one of us in a shitty sketch. One of us.
I really like her. I realized who she reminds me of, and it's I forget her name. Not Krista Miller, but she's the actress from Drew Carey's show. She's on Scrubs, and she was on Cougar Town, and she has a lot of Botox and a lot of frozen face going on right now.
Oh, now you're gonna make me want to Google.
Yeah, I know,
you drop a name like the Drew Carey show, and
Mr. Wick. One sec. I got it.
Krista Miller? Oh, that's what you said, right?
Krista Miller. Did I?
Yeah, you did.
Did I? Okay. Krista Miller. Krista Miller is her name.
Oh, yes. Wait, I think Lisa looks like her.
Well, Lisa and Meredith are twins, so that works both ways.
I also love Meredith dishing to Lisa the next day, where Meredith tells her about
their
her
separation,
which gives like an ounce of humanity to Lisa, just an ounce.
Yeah, and like they're trying to, they're both like Botox crying at each other.
It was yesterday when I think I wrote something down about this. The vocal range in this conversation is a roller coaster of hoops, loops, vowels, and wows. It is. I really want to support you. And I love you so much. It's going in, out, up, down.
Those two and Mary, they all have vocal nodes. They are struggling. They need to go to an ENT stat, or they're going to really permanently damage their vocal cords. I mean, I understand why Mary has it. She's preaching to her call, but like, she
is screaming day and night.
I will say, I really got a kick out of them art shopping, and every 2 seconds, Lisa going, "Can I touch? Can I touch?"
Are we gonna end up liking Lisa?
I don't know. I think I might love her.
I fucking knew this was happening. I didn't think it would happen this quickly, but like she's a good villain. She's got a very distinct voice and face to me. Even though everyone's like, oh, they look the same. But Lisa's kind of like a bizarro version of Meredith. If that's a Superman reference, do you get?
Yeah, I get it. We all get it. It's not that specific.
I don't know if it's.
Are we in a fight now?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
And we're over it.
And I'm immediately over it.
I also I don't have any notes for the rest of the episode.
I don't have a ton of.
Maybe it means I was engrossed. I don't know.
I don't have a ton of notes either. I think because I was engrossed, because we immediately got into the party. I think. Oh no, we talked a little bit about the grandpa stuff. And also, oh my god, that cutaway. And I know it was near the start of the episode, so I'm going back. But to Heather's confessional being like, I'd fuck a grandpa, big deal.
I thought I had to watch that twice because I wasn't sure that whether she said that or whether she said I wouldn't fuck a grandfather. But she said I would fuck a grandfather, no big deal.
It's great. So then we get to the party, the luncheon. It's a Met Gala themed noon luncheon,
which all of the women are confused by.
And no one else is in the restaurant, so she has completely rented this out.
Yeah, it was very Karen Huger press conference about you said what, bitch.
Yeah.
It was, yeah.
And
was it in a church? It felt like a church.
It was a restaurant because at the start they had this guy, Walter. They were trying the Dom Perignon together.
Who you were obsessed with.
Walter, yeah.
You had to immediately jump on Instagram and be like, I gotta talk about Walter.
Yeah, I really was quite impressed by Walter. Walter or Walter? I don't know, but he's something else.
Unknown.
And then she was shitting. She was like verbally abusing her staff who was helping her plan the party. Like there was this woman with like a Kate Gosselin haircut, and she was like, "Can you read? Can you read? All these things are upside down. Oh, it's just a huge thing. That's all."
I guess I'm not a dumb bitch who can't read.
I gotta figure out how Mary talks because it's a very special way she talks.
Well, you want to do an impression? Huh?
I'm not good at impressions. It's not my thing. This isn't Watch What Crappens, okay? But I can't do them. But I do want to like get down her cadence at least, you know?
Yeah, but it's very visual. It's a very visual cadence also.
Yeah, so shaking her head.
She's shaking and moving back and leaning backwards. It's a shake and a lean. Shake and a lean. So she has this lunch that's supposed to be... I don't know what the point of the lunch is. In terms of the show, it's an apology tour.
Yeah,
in terms of
her
her life, I don't know.
Okay, but I just want to read a quote here, and I wrote it down. They're drinking the white wine, or is Dom Perignon white wine, or is it is that
not champagne?
I don't know.
Also, this is a handwritten note?
Yeah, I wrote it down on my
She's
notebook.
picking up a notepad. Okay, yeah.
It says...
Oh, God. It's literally... It's a beautiful mind here.
No, I doodle and it's all kind of crazy. It's not a line notebook. It's just... Okay. So they're drinking... So Dom Perignon's champagne.
I think so.
Oh, okay. I didn't know. I'm poor.
Don't make me ask Google.
She goes, "You guys are drinking Dom Perignon 2003. In 2003 was the heat wave. 5,600 people died, and it made the best grapes of all time."
And keep in mind, this is a cutaway.
What?
This is B-roll.
What? And but they lead into that line with a confessional of Heather going, "Mary's weird."
Mary is weird, but again, very compelling, and I'm glad she's on the show.
Yeah. And you know what? I would, if I was at that party, I'd be like, "Really? Go on about this heat wave. Wait, also, were the deaths connected to the grapes is what I want to know."
Are we talking about the acidity that was in the air? The ashes from the fire?
I don't know.
The haste of the stomp? We don't know.
I genuinely don't know. Yeah. They stomped real slow because it was way too hot.
No, they had to stomp faster because the fire was coming.
It was a heat wave, not a fire, Marshall.
I don't know.
A giant fire killed these people?
Yes. Oh, that's what my visual was a giant forest fire was blazing. While people in a vineyard are like, "Quickly, the harvest!" I thought that's what... Okay.
Okay, wow. I'm just glad we clarified that because you kept mentioning ashes and I was like, yeah, I guess. I mean, you're talking about the bodies being cremated and somehow that affected the air?
Yeah.
Can I touch? Great. So I don't really write any more notes on this because I literally left it at, quote, the Mary heatwave fact.
I did. I was a little blindsided by Jenn really ramping up for this big apology, and then it's like, and so therefore, I'm sorry, Meredith. And I was like,
she was looking at Mary the whole time, and then at the very last minute just went over to Meredith.
This person is going to be voted off All Stars. Her name's Trixie Mattel. She's a great star.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm aware. What was that?
Do you understand?
Do you remember the meme? Do you remember the meme? Yeah. Okay, so then we got a cliffhanger conclusion.
Which was?
And it's just another with Mary. Actually, I don't really remember. I think it was.
We have an incredible show for you guys.
Yeah, as long as I get confused about the actual cliffhanger and then the next on, but basically the cliffhanger, the spiritual cliffhanger was: is she going to apologize to Mary? Oh my God, we got to talk about that crazy fucking prayer off the top. Like they're thanking Jesus, and I'm like, you're holding hands with a Jewish woman.
Yeah.
Not her thing.
Oh, and Jen's fucking face. Jen's face.
We are gifted.
We're gifted. We're thankful.
We're thankful. We're gifted. We're blessed. And we're losing our beloved Potomac, but I'm really thinking that Salt Lake is an instant classic. And I'm so happy it's not covering the coronavirus because I don't want that.
Yeah. Although I will say I am watching OC. begrudgingly, but like I am watching it, and it
You're not supposed to admit it, Marshall.
I know, but it's hard not to. But yeah, it's not what I want from my Housewives. So I'm very glad that Salt Lake does feel fresh and breezy, and I like their faces. I really like Lisa's face. It's so
Lisa's face.
Yeah, you heard me right. It's so
It's very pretty. She's a beautiful woman.
No, not in that way. I mean, I like that it's holding
Frozen
on
in
to
time?
something. Yeah, she's got an agenda. Her face has an agenda.
I think it might be a Mormon agenda. Because who the fuck is a born again Mormon? What's that?
Yeah.
You don't go from Jewish to Mormon. You don't make that leap.
One thing from the preview, Meredith's husband. Do you remember Meredith's husband's name? Is it Stephen? Maybe.
Seth.
Seth.
He
every time he's on screen, he is so vulnerable.
I love him, and I think he's kind of hot.
Okay, that's not where I was going with this, but she is grinning like hot. Fucking crazy here. He like it's like the cameras are on, and he is like a stone's throw away from bawling his eyes out.
What does he do? Because if he's in sales, that tracks for me. Because salespeople are very like they know when to turn on the vulnerability.
Snake-like, yeah.
My father is a snake oil salesman. No, he's a pallet salesman.
Oh, so my statements still hold.
Snake oil salesman.
Still hold.
Seth Marks. I'm going to look it up. Seth Marks job.
But he says something in the preview that is like, so it's along the lines of like, so, I mean, it's still going to be like it's really meaty.
Okay, he's in boring stuff like acquisitions and marketing, but he's good on TV. He's where he needs to be right now.
He's good on TV.
He's good on TV.
He's where he needs to be. Yeah.
And yeah. Okay, Marsh, this has been... I mean, we just recorded a Gossip Time special. Or 2 in 1 week, my God.
Yeah.
I was like, we'll do them once a month immediately.
We came into this so casually today. We were like, okay, yeah, bang this one out. There was a lot.
It's been a couple hours. It's been a lot. I'm talked out, but I'm glad we talked about it because there's just so much meat.
Yeah. So much meat. Again, if you want to hear us talk about the gossip with Erica Jane Bromman, COVID, and Kelly, then you can jump on over to that episode. It'll be released at the same time.
Yeah, it's been a blast and a half. Marsh, we'll talk next week, regular time, unless something crazy happens and another emergency Gossip Time special might be required.
Kelly Dodd might die.
Yeah,
we don't know.
I don't even. Whatever. I'm not gonna say I hope she dies. I don't hope she dies. I'm gonna stop talking.
I will.
Okay.
Okay. Well, thank you for listening.
Thanks for listening. Follow us on Trashbach Housewives.
Trashbach.
We also have a Twitter that literally no one follows. Last night I followed 250 Bravo related people, including all the housewives, and we have 7 followers.
Last time I looked, it was 4. Again, we're doing it for the algorithms, but sure, if you want to see our hot takes on Twitter, then
they're not great.
They're not good.
No. Keep listening. We're having fun doing this, and yeah. See you guys next week. Bye.
Oh wait, I have a question.
Yeah.
Do you love me? Oh my God, she's dead. Bye.
Bye.